Good morning, it's Monday, May 1st, 2023, 9 a.m. This is Windows Daily number 206. Here's your host, Doug Betts.
Thank you, Jennifer. Well done this time. Well, Doug, what do you mean by this time? I'm afraid I owe you guys, audience, an apology. Some of you already know this is kind of a hostile work environment around here. You know, I better get an audio check. Hostile work. Yeah, that's working. Yeah, sometimes they play pranks on me. Yesterday, some of the Dougs were rehearsing with Jennifer, and they put it on live. If you're one of the people that know how to do this, let me show you this. If you're one of the technical savvy people that know that you can go to youtube.com/LWTDB/live and press enter, you will get to my next scheduled show. You'll either get to the currently running live stream, or you'll get to the next show that if I've already scheduled it. You'll see a full screen thumbnail. Well, what they did, if you did that yesterday, is it would have shown Jennifer claiming that it was May 1st, 9 a.m., which is silly, ridiculous. It was not May 1st, 9 a.m. So I told them to take that down. And so if any of you saw that yesterday, I apologize. Now you could also put a bookmark here. See, if you just bookmark that and put it on your bookmarks bar, you'd be able to get to the show that way. So, but anyway, that was just kind of something trying out. Yeah, let's go check in on chat. I think I already have chat opened up over here. We'll go read this. Let's see. Chris Garrett is first. Help, Mayday. Today is Mayday. Mayday, calling over a radio emergency. Dennis says he couldn't watch the trailer at first. Yeah, that's how they put it up yesterday. It's called a trailer. In Panama, May 1st is Labor Day. It's the last holiday until November 3rd. In Panama, May 1st is it's Labor Day. I don't think it's Labor Day for us, is it? Okay, May Day is not a real holiday. I was always told May 1st was called May Day, just not a holiday. I'm going to get lunch from Chris, catch up when I get back. I bet this will redirect to Ken's. Oh, Ken Stout. Does he have a live show coming up? Let's go program that in. Go over here and edit. I didn't even check before. I should remember to check. If I go to redirect, and then, oh gosh, look at all that. Josh is playing Fortnite. Good golly, Miss Molly. Let's see. That's what is that? That's Dennis. Oh no, I don't see any shows for Ken Stout. Okay, so I guess he's not doing his thing today, unless he lets me know in chat, and then I'll go schedule it. Sometimes I wish I lived close enough for DoorDash. Wait a minute, what? I wish I lived close enough for DoorDash. They come to you. You don't have to live close to them. My friend Joe went on a Dolly Parton diet from Nick Poverman. Wow, that's interesting. It made Jolene. I don't think that's the right way that tune goes. Nick Poverman, today would have been my dad's 90th birthday. He passed away 2.5 years ago. Well, sorry for your loss. My dad made it to 95. My mother passed on, what was that have been her? Geez, I'm not sure what birthday, late 80s on Christmas morning, which for us makes Christmas a special day for us. We had a very good family experience for both the passing of my mother and my father. Alan Barsons, hello. Ran Israel, hello. Let's see, I said hello to these people, I think. Dennis and Chris and Nick. Ran Israel, outstanding intro. Oh, thank you. Yeah, I like Jennifer too. Morning all, it's 50 degrees Fahrenheit. Bobby Warren, Selden Ball. Nicholas Hooks, hi. Spectrum came out this morning. Speedy C says, hi, Doug. Bobby Warren, Jaden, are you joking? John, I'm still alive. I'm not sure what that's referring to. Bob Spectrum is not available. I think that was chit chat between Bobby Warren and Jaden. Hello, everyone. Oh, what's this? Brian Lightfoot. Just wait until the homies develop an avatar that looks like Jennifer. Okay, that'll be fun. Doug, I thought you upgraded to 11. That's on Baby Beast, not Big Beast. You're watching Big Beast right now. Baby Beast has Windows 11. Jeff Ryman, yesterday's stuff was actually kind of funny. Well, I guess that's the whole idea of practical joke. The word joke is supposed to be funny. First part was cut off. Is Jennifer the new camera girl? She's on what is it? What do they call it? On-screen talent? Yeah, not operating the camera. I guess I skipped over some stuff. Spectrum came out this morning and fixed the line. Chris Garrett from Bobby. Yeah, somehow I got jumped over stuff. Doug, I thought I read that already. I read that already. Hello, Jaden, Rick, John Williams. Hope you're doing well this morning. Today would have been my big sister's birthday. She is resting in peace. Sorry for your loss, John. Jaden's saying to John, I'm still alive. All right. And that seems a little, all right, that's weird. Jeff Ryman, Ken has an eye doctor's appointment this morning. All right. Gary Weisenberger to Brian Lightfoot. I tried to leave a recovery partition on Windows 11 and did not brick it. I did it Saturday after the Zoom. I have the latest updates. It did not brick. Seems to me that it was Gary on Saturday that was saying if you delete the recovery partition, it would brick Windows 11. Was that right? Gary, are you taking back what you were saying on Saturday? I think it was you that was saying it would brick it. Don't follow that. Don't follow that. Good to see you. Spectrum area, don't know. Same here. You're in Cape Coral. So Comcast is your option. Hellos back and forth. It's going to be a windy day here in the desert. Spectrum. Out of curiosity from Ran Israel, I created a new Gmail account yesterday. As far as I can see, Pop IMAP is still an option. Thanks for doing that, Ran Israel. I was speculating on Saturday whether you could still create a new Gmail account with with a POP 3. IMAP is kind of obvious that you could do that, I would think. Hellos. I hope you enjoy me first. Spectrum is available. Hello, everyone. Gary, do you have anything in this dir? Windows service profiles, local app data, local, yabba. Okay, so I will, and he's saying that on Win 11 or 10. So I'm going to copy up to that point. Control C to copy that. Windows key R, Control V, paste, enter. Oh, cannot access specified path or file. You may not have appropriate permissions. Service profiles might be a system folder. Let's try going to there. Windows key R and paste. Yeah, that came up. And then local service. Gotta get permission. Maybe that's what was blocking. App data doesn't show in here, but it's a hidden folder. So I'll just come here and put a / app data, enter, and grant permission. That gets me to app data, and then local, and get permission there too, and then temp, and then TFS store, and then TFS David. And do you have anything in this directory? No, I do not on Windows 10. Now let's try it on Windows 11. Bring it over here. Let's see. If I go, let's see. No, I can't do %app data because that's going to get me in the user's app data. Do I have, let's see what I have. Yeah, my Windows key V shows my clipboard transfers between computers because they're both signed into Windows, signed into Microsoft account. So then I'll go into service profiles, network service, and grant authorization. And then here, I think it was app data, grant permission, and then it was local, grant permission, then it was temp, right? Was that it? Did I get that right? Service profiles, local service. Oh, I missed one. Go back to service profiles and then local service. Grant permission. And then it's app data. So here's where I have to type in a \app data because that's a hidden folder. It doesn't display there. We could go display hidden folders, but it's easier just to do this. And then we'll go into local, grant permission, and then temp. And then there's TFS store, and then there's TFS David, and nothing in there. Do I need to view show hidden items? Nope, nothing there. So come back and see if Gary has any more to clarify about that. Let's go up where he was. Right up here, I'm going to scroll down and look at other comments from Gary. I believe it's, nope, that's on a different topic. Anything in it? So yeah, I don't have anything in it. We've seen all of Gary's additional comments, I believe. Chit chat between people. Brian to Gary, sounds like your previous experience that did cause it to brick was probably due to some other unknown factor. Yeah, so that's confirming Gary did have an experience in the past where deleting that partition would brick the computer. Let's see. Hello, Catherine Anna Hauserman. How are you? Happy May 1st to you. Just chit chat back and forth. Secret. Besides my back hurting, doing okay for Rick. Hope you feel better. I have it on Windows 10. Ran Israel to Gary says he has it, meaning you have the folder or you have contents inside the folder, because Gary was asking if you have contents inside the folder. I have the folder on both Windows 10 and Windows 11. Deleting the recovery partition does indeed delete the recovery environment. Do a float write on it as Doug demonstrated on Saturday. Yes. So it sounds like Dennis tested that and found that deleting the recovery partition prevents you from being able to do a Windows recovery. It's a tech questions that's EHY. Oh, why? Mine doesn't have a cable. It has fiber line. Gary to Brian. No, I believe it was because it was back in before it came out. Work had been testing with Microsoft since February 21st. His work computers, his office had been testing it for a long time. In 2021, he didn't mean February the 21st. Fiber, take it easy, let life go by. Hope you're feeling better. Small text file containing OneDrive URLs. So RAN Israel has a small text file in that folder containing OneDrive URLs. That's weird. Why would there be OneDrive URLs there? Have I said hello to everybody? Jeff Ryman. How far behind am I? Oh, not too bad. Lower back spasms. Apparently mine is an empty folder. Also, what this all means, I am waiting with anticipation. Yeah, Gary, what do you know anything about that folder? What are we expecting? Why is it there? Why are you asking about that folder? Is that somehow related to recovery environment? Brian to Dennis, yes, that float write technique from within Macrium surprised a lot of us who never realized it was there. Oh, good to know. Of course, the other alternative would be to download a third-party utility. If you're doing a Macrium Reflect Restore, why do a third-party utility? Do you think YouTube will be able to handle taking over NFL Sunday Ticket when it comes to being stable? I'm on the fence about getting it. I think YouTube has really good capabilities of forecasting what they need to handle a workload. They've got server farms all over the world. I think they'll do fine with that. It would be my guess. Gary says, I found a Steve Gibson and a Google file from Chrome, which I do not run. No, I don't understand that. I found a Steve Gibson. What is a Steve Gibson? And a Google file from Chrome. In that folder? Is that what you mean? Were they be a little shaken to find Steve Gibson in that folder? Way back in the day when SSDs first came out and they were small and expensive, Windows 7, you could delete the recovery partition without any issues, except for no recovery capabilities. Well, I think that's still the case. What we're hearing from people, Dennis's test, was you can still, you can delete the recovery partitions and it'll still run fine. You just won't have recovery capabilities. And probably self-repair. If your computer, if power goes out, your computer doesn't get a proper shutdown when it comes back on, it's going to try to repair itself. It might be relying on that recovery partition. So you might seriously damage yourself, damage your computer, not yourself. You'll be fine. You'll be fine. It won't hurt you personally. Don't misunderstand me. All the things you hear on YouTube, I got to be careful about the way I say things. Lawn Dog, in general, I'm talking about OEM stuff, if I remember correctly, from each manufacturer. From Gary, we looked at work. Even through all machines are the same. Some have different objects in that folder. Catherine, I'm angry with my Swiss ISP bluewind.chp. Apart from that, I'm fine. Well, I hope you best wishes in getting that worked out, Catherine. Morning, people. Back from the dentist. For Greg Ams, Avi Manor says hi. Gary says some machines do, some don't. That is the question. Whether it is nobler to do than to don't is, I don't remember the rest of the quote. Oh, well. That's a Doug. William to Catherine. Hope you're doing okay. It's been a while since I've seen you online. Hellos back and forth. Sunny day in Florida for William. URLs in text file. Seem to be a shared folder in my OneDrive. So for some reason that folder called, let's see, Windows, Service Profiles. Service Profiles sounds like profiles that Windows uses to run services. So there's user profiles that most of people around here would be aware of. For each user account that you have on your computer, there would be a profile for it. But they are in the Windows/users folder. Yeah, right? And here, this is in Windows Service Profiles folder. And we don't normally have access to it. That's why I had to grant access to it. And local service, so that would be services for the local machine. And app data, local, temp, TFS store, right? TFS, what would that stand for? Target Families Store? Is that Target Families Store? Is that what it is? Greg would know. Who does Target around here? I don't know. TFS Dave. I don't know what this David is. It comes up all the time. Wi-Fi signal, good to see you. How about you? In my Windows 10, no such folder. In Windows 11, there is a folder and nothing in it. Interesting. My Windows 10 on Big Beast build, have I ever upgraded this one to Windows 11? I don't think I have ever upgraded Big Beast to Windows 11. Some of you will remember that I did previously upgrade Baby Beast to Windows 11, and then I downgraded it back to Windows 10. I don't think I did a restore. I think I uninstalled the Windows 11. So I reversed it, which means if any changes were made by virtue of it being Windows 11, that uninstalling the Windows 11, that those Windows 11 folders might still be there. Gary, no, we found it ATR, at our work, and all machines set up the same, but have different objects in that folder, different contents in that folder, such as what? What were the contents? Funds of wisdom, Jaden, you're lucky my Wi-Fi is terrible here, especially in my room. Over the weekend, I installed a Wi-Fi adapter on a client's computer because she was, in fact, two computers in the same office, because they were having some sluggishness issues, some not responding issues, some emails that people in the office would send and they wouldn't, the person on the receiving end wouldn't get it for hours or even sometimes the next day. When they go to look at files on the server, they get that graphic growing across slowly. And so I was suspicious about the Ethernet port, the wall jack. Actually, it's a floor jack in this case. So I put this in and boom, instantly. She just was so impressed with how fast her computer was running. So the next day, another computer in the office was exhibiting the same symptoms. So I installed that over the weekend. I have an alarm that'll ring after the show today for me to call that person and see how their computer's doing today. Gary says, yes, in that file from Shields Up, there's something in that folder from Shields Up. Shields Up, that, oh, I see, that is, that is, I know what he's saying there. Steve Gibson's. Shields Up is a Steve Gibson tool to see if you have any vulnerabilities. Open ports, I think, mostly is what it's after. So I'm deducing there that if you run, so Gary, the computers that have that file there, had they all previously run the Shields Up from Steve Gibson's website? grc.com, I think it is. Thank you. Oh, dear Buns, that's terrible. I get all bars. I'm using signal boosters that the tech gave us. Jaden, you're what, doing bar hopping? Don't drive. Don't drink and drive. Bobby went to 2 bars. Somebody's boosting the Wi-Fi club, so you. I guess a sports team called Wi-Fi, and you're a booster for them, cheering for them. I'm scared to use one. That's why I get all bars. Wow, travel to all the bars in one night. Windows 11, leave the 1 gig recovery partition alone. Yeah, I'll agree with that. I'm not going to mess with it because of hackers. Oh, I think that's what he's saying about not doing Wi-Fi. Scared to use. Jaden, that's why I get all bars. Not quite sure. I'm out of the loop on that conversation. The mysterious folder that Gary is talking about from Brian, GitHub Cryptomator. Cryptomator, wow. Windows Web Dev Cache, TFS Dave. So Web Dave Cache. TFS_Dave directory. Yes, that's the exact name of it. Not correctly cleaned. I'm trying out this very interesting piece of software on Windows 7 64-bit. I'm encrypting a very large directory with a lot of files. Now I see my C drive is eaten up. The reason is that in the following directory, very much startup temp files are stored. And it's in that folder. I think it's better that this program should automatically remove the temp files after the file is processed. So it's when he's encrypting that folder. So one of the services that might be using that folder has something to do with encryption. using that folder. Is there Windows 11 on Baby Beast? Yes, Windows Baby Beast. Here's Baby Beast, and you can tell by the taskbar down here, it now has Windows 11. I installed that, upgraded to that last week, Thursday, Friday, something like that, I think. Hackers steal all your information. They only steal the stuff that they care about, that they want to use. The file is dated to late January 2023. It may have something to do with me fiddling with the OneDrive app. Yeah, so that folder, since it's something to do with services, app data for services, it could be storing information for any application that is using a local service level of authorization to the operating system. I don't think I said that very well, but maybe you kind of muddy understand. Morton says the Lenovo is great. Thank you again for helping me with this, to Catherine. Mine at Grandma's is 200 and 200, so I'm guessing that's megabits up and down and up. Yes, that is from Windows 7. I cannot find why all computers have different items there. That's from Gary DeBryan. Sounds like still talking about that folder. Dave is distributed authoring and versioning. Not sure on TFS or what that means, I guess, but think the folder has to do with caching of network shares. Distributed authoring and versioning. So we've had conversations in chat so far about encryption and about OneDrive. So distributed authoring and versioning. Well, OneDrive certainly maintains information about who created files and versions of files. And encryption, yeah, kind of makes sense too. I've got a client named Dave. I'm going to ask him if that's where his parents, why his parents named him that, because he had something to do with, I don't know, being an authoring or being the best version of himself, maybe. I don't know. TFS Dave is parent something for web dev applications, various utilities like file systems and tree size. All right, there I am reading a bunch of stuff again. I'll catch up with the rest of that later. Is there anything else here? Lawn Dog, live Windows training. I came across YouTube video yesterday that I thought was kind of interesting, not so much for what it takes for this to happen, but the reasons that this problem can occur. What problem were you talking about, Lawn Dog? Due to improper verification of things in AMD and the manufacturers of our motherboards, people are dropping the ball. But I also believe this is pretty complicated stuff, but someone needs to verify these things to make sure they actually work. Anyways, I recommend, just for information purposes, watching this video, Gamers Nexus. I guess that's all he had to say on that. AMD, I keep pretty much Intel stuff just because it's my comfort zone and I don't have a reason to do AMD. So occasionally I'll buy an AMD computer for a client. If it comes out to be a good deal. So now I'm looking at Orange and I'm looking for emojis. Gary, to me, and Brian Wintermute, IT have a contact in Microsoft. They have not given us a good answer, a solid definition of how it works. Let's see. I want to remember where I left off here. 922. All right. I think I can remember that. And then, because when I click on this, I'll lose that. Zavi Minor. He's always got the good stuff. Oh, more stuff on WebDAV. I will read through. Oh, WebDAV means web-based distributed authoring versioning. It has a set of extensions, HTTP, kind of scanning through. The thing jumps out at me. Yeah, I don't know why. Is there a reason why? Are we concerned about it, or is this just a curiosity? Dave's not here, from Chris. From Greg, that folder is used by a variety of utilities, not used by one specific PGM. That makes a whole lot of sense because it's such a generic name. All right, let's see what I know I don't have a show to send you to for Ken, but I do have an email to respond to from Josh Kinder. Is Josh in the house? I don't remember seeing him in chat. Is he in chat? I don't know. He says, I have a question about my computer. I got home on Sunday and I did the update for Windows 10. Doug Fix update that came out in April. And when I went to reset my computer, it said the update was putting the update in and it got to 100%, but then it said it was cleaning up. When it went from 50% to 100%, what was it cleaning up? I've never seen it do that before. Is that normal? Thank you, Doug. Yes, Josh, that is entirely normal. Could be that you just never noticed it doing that before, or it could be that the cleanup was so quick that it didn't have time to display anything on the screen. I haven't really tracked that down. I haven't paid attention to see if it's visible every time, but it's quite possible that in some updates the cleanup happens so quickly that you don't see it. I don't know. That kind of sounds like something Gary Weisenberger might know about. Yeah, it's temporary files. It's things that it was doing during the update. So it's totally normal. I don't think I have any saved bookmarks, and I don't think I have any chat comments to respond to, although it's possible it might have been a chat comment from Friday for me to respond to, and that would have been 28th. So I go back on my calendar to 28th. Oh, I do have an entry for chat room. Oh, that was something that I noticed after the show was over that Dennis put into chat. Said, by the way, what you're looking for is here, control panel, system, and security power options. Expand on everything there once. Yeah, so Dennis, something about that I didn't get. And in Windows 11 on Saturday, we had gone into, or Friday. Yeah, that was Friday. I was belly aching about stuff in Windows 11, and somebody had said I go into control panel, and so here's Dennis saying control panel, system and security. And so there's system, there's not system and security. When I go into system, then there's system here, and there's privacy and security. And so Dennis was saying control panel, system and security power options. Was I not displaying that on screen, I think? So I didn't quite follow what you're trying to tell me there, Dennis, except that it was all about getting to power. And I couldn't make changes to the power plan. But so it looked to me what Dennis was giving me there was just another way to get to the screen that I was already at. But my problem is I wasn't able to change power mode. But anyway, we dealt with that on Friday and found the solution. So I just wanted to acknowledge that Dennis, that I did read that comment. Who and what is putting info in there? So Gary's wondering who and what is putting info into that folder. I don't feel a great interest in tracking that down, but I think this link that Zavi gave us perhaps gives some information. My guess is that's above our pay grade. System and security is available if you switch to category view. Oh, okay. That would explain it. I have to be in category view for that to work. So if I go back to control panel and change to category view, then system and security is what Dennis was showing us. A control panel, system and security, and then power options. And I'm guessing it's just another. Oh, okay. Good, because I wasn't finding a way to get to this. I was sure that Dennis was getting me something useful there. When I am on high performance plan, that's when I can't get into the other, I can't change power plans through Windows 11 method. So if I go over here to power consumption and emission, no, that's just help. Do I care about screen and sleep? Screen, yeah, here, screen and sleep settings don't apply when the lock screen slideshow. Well, that's different. Change slideshow settings. Turn off my screen. So that's still not power plan. This is related support, so that's not changing power plan. But it seems that when I'm on balanced, then there's I can switch between power plans around here somewhere. And now I'm totally lost. I don't really care about tracking that down now, but that's what that was all about. Thank you, Ran Israel, for clearing that up. William, Doug, how are you finding Windows working for you on Baby Beast? Well, it works fine. From a user standpoint, for myself and for my clients, Windows 11's fine. It's kind of a nothing burger. Somebody made a, oh, yeah, I do. Okay, since I have time to continue, somebody put a comment in channel comments that's related. So let's go deal with channel comments. Jacob Harbor, I'm looking forward to that checklist for Windows 11. That was back on an old video. I think I mentioned something about coming up with a checklist for my Windows 11 initial setups. I'll thumbs up and heart that. I'm not going to tell them that I replied at this point in the video because I'm not really saying anything of significance here. Windows 205, Al J says, great video. Thank you, Al. 205, Nicholas Hook says, see you tomorrow morning, drug bet. Do I know you from high school, Nicholas Hooks? Calling me drug bet. Were you one of the bullies in high school? Calling me names? Just kidding. How to fix Gmail reverse order video. Patrick Smith says, this may help as well for those who need to do it on their Android phone. How do I change the conversation view in Gmail on Android? Choose your conversation settings. Open the Gmail app. In the top left, tap menu settings, tap your account address, check or uncheck conversation view. Now, I think in that point, I was showing how to do it on a computer. And so Patrick was saying how to do it on Android. I imagine if you're using the Gmail app on an iPhone, it's probably the same instructions. Regarding Windows Daily 205, Nick Poverman, here's what I was looking to get to. Now you understand my frustrations with Windows 11. My clients have to relearn where everything is. That's not been my experience. I don't know why Microsoft made it some more difficult instead of making it easier. I'm not a fan of Windows 11. My comment is kind of connected or somewhat similar, but I have not found my clients to be frustrated with Windows 11 at all, except for the wallpaper. So I have taken to installing the what do you call it? This Bing wallpaper, because it's really nice. I've had people complain about the really poor selections for the native included Windows 11 wallpaper. It's not as good as what's included in Windows 10. Now, as far as relearn where everything is, no, my clients, their icons on the taskbar, their icons on the desktop, not a big deal. That's where their icons are. My complaint about Windows 11 is the places that I go to configure things on their computers are different. And sometimes I'll be remotely connected to a client's computer who has Windows 11. They're asking me to change something that sounds simple, and it takes me a while to find it. So, and it it's hard to understand why was that, who was that better for? Who was that change better for? But my end users, none of them have complained about using Windows 11. I have had no application troubles with Windows 11. So that was William Dawson looking for orange. Catherine says, which power setting do you want to change? Windows 11, Windows 10. Well, I have recently, Catherine, changed both Big Beast and Baby Beast to be that media, that, what is it? Oh, where is it? Where is it? Where is it? Yeah, I have changed both computers to be balanced, and I have taken to going, when I'm not using the computer, I'll go down here and sleep, put both of them to sleep. The reason I'm doing that is that it's getting hot here now in California. This computer can make this room 15 degrees hotter than the rest of the house. Now, that's when I have the door closed and I've been playing Fortnite. That it gets that much difference. Well, in the winter, that's really nice. I like that. But last summer, I had to use more air conditioning than I'd like to, and I installed that fan right there in the wall to pull the hot air from Big Beast out of this room into the laundry room, and that gets air circulating in here, so that helps. But putting Big Beast and Baby Beast to sleep when I'm away from my desk really looks like it's really helping a lot. So when I went to Windows 11 on Baby Beast to make that change, I couldn't make that change. It wouldn't allow me to make that change until I used that Windows 10 method of switching to the balanced power plan. When it was on the high performance, which both computers used to be on high performance, then Windows 11 wouldn't allow me to change the power plan within the Windows 11 interface for power plans. Looking for orange and looking for emojis, remotes, whatever they're called, buns of wisdom. Interestingly, a big ventilator is cooling my PC, surprisingly, and it's under load 50 degrees. And it's under load 50 degrees. Maybe cooling it down to 50 degrees Celsius, I guess that is. Dennis, FYI, more snow predicted in the Sierra Nevadas today. All right, let's get out of here. Time to end this charade. What? Are you calling this show a charade? Well, if the shoe fits. Goodbye. I hope that was useful. Have a great day, everybody. Catch you later.